Nice. Looks like we're live. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get fishing here. Okay. Drop these salmon. And trout. Can you walk us through the challenges we went through to get scheduled reports working in the last chat session? Okay, guys, so on the last stream, we were working on scheduled reports, so we got a bunch of stuff done. We set up some new tables in Postgres. We fixed an issue with the CSV. We had added another column and the CSV export wasn't working. Let's go ahead and review this here to see what challenges we went through on Wednesday. So let's see, challenge. She had problems with UUID and JSON-B column handling. Okay. SQL casting and used proper Java UUID JSON-B types. Okay, yeah, we were casting from one type to another in SQL, and we decided to just correct those data types at the application level. Let's see, AWS S3 authentication nightmare. Yeah, we went through a lot of trouble to get set up on AWS 3. What we ended up doing was setting up the trust policy on AWS, or creating a user that's scoped just for S3 and creating a trust policy for that user. And then at the cluster level, creating a service account and then annotating that service account with the correct role. And okay, we had a data retrieval bug. Oh, looks like my let's see if we can get this working. Let's see. Screen capture. Go ahead and test all other reports. I believe last time we were using temporary pod to test critical event report, but now let's test the stop and the idle report. should be able to use an endpoint in the report service to do this. Switch back to GPT-5 menu here, guys, in a second. So let's pull up reports here. Yeah, I meant we have an endpoint that should enter in the scheduled report into the Postgres table. Review the chat again. We had an exact owner user ID that we were using for a real user in our database. That's in the ERD diagram. I believe the user ID, I don't think is stored as a UUID. Let's see. I'm confused because that owner user ID doesn't seem like the correct one that I see in the database. It seems like it's in a different format. Just check. I need a little refresher on UUID. Actually a MongoDB object hash that I have to review code in. Having it converted into UUID format though, that's what's confusing me a bit. Why did you do that? Looks like we're doing a little bit of changing data format. We may not need to be doing that. So I guess we have an account service when people create a new account. We use a MongoDB object ID is the unique identifier for that row. And it looks like when we simulate a front end call to the back end to the report service to run scheduled reports, we're converting from that MongoDB object ID into a UUID, which may not be necessary. Be right back. I'm gonna grab my phone. I think music stopped, guys. Testing. 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 It's working. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I was testing my microphone. Did we change the format at the database level? Do I need to run a SQL command to do this? Yeah, we never actually used this flyway migration. Can you actually remove this? Just give me the SQL command and we can change the data type for that column. Before we execute this, let's review it. Okay. Say that. I don't want to run all of these commands at once. We already created the indexes, I'm pretty sure. Do we need to modify them? Give me one SQL command at a time. Okay, cool. Okay, we're adding a new column to the table. Let's do that first here. I want to execute all of these. I don't know if I actually need to modify my indexes or not. Let's execute this. Okay, we executed this command and added the column. Really care about updating the existing data, but that's fine. Get the data first. Can't type right now. I provided the scheduled reports tables. Please review, and then give me the SQL commands again. Let's drop these trout and salmon here. We're grinding fishing, agility, and strength at the same time here. So beautiful. Okay, that query executed successfully. Okay, now we don't need this old UUID column. So what happened is our user account IDs are stored as MongoDB object IDs, which is a different length than a UUID. So here's the key differences between a UUID and a MongoDB object ID data type. And so for some reason, the backend was converting this MongoDB object ID into a UUID, and it was unnecessary. So we're gonna just stick with the MongoDB object ID. Right now, let's drop the old table. Now we're dropping this old UUID table because we don't need it anymore. Okay, nice. That's done. Let's see what columns we have now. Okay, we got ID, name, report type, params, cadence type, cadence spec, time zone, created at, owner user ID. So this looks like now it's in a proper format. Interesting. Okay, great. This looks good. Nice. Okay, done. Now let's proceed with testing the idle report and the stop report to make certain that it works. Use a temporary pod on AWS EKS to do this. Let's rename the column. Done. I just executed that query. Check out scheduled reports. Did you just enter that into the scheduled reports table or the scheduled reports runs table? Okay, great. Go ahead and modify the report service to use Mongo object IDs instead of the UUID. Usually we make changes, commit them, push to origin, and GitHub Actions builds the Docker image for us, and then we push that image to Docker Hub, and we do a rollout restart on AWS EKS. But if you want to install Java, we can do that. This is a brand new computer, so I haven't installed Java yet. GetParty.ai is not a Git repository. You need to go into the subdirectories to see the services. There's a subdirectory called reports. First run git status. Let's see which files we changed. I only want to add the exact files that we had to change. Okay, I'll go ahead and merge that branch into main. Can you review the report service again and make sure that we're not converting to UUID? I don't remember making those changes. It does look like these changes are here in GitHub. So it looks like we did make the changes and Claude just confirmed it. Okay, waiting for merging this with main. Be right back, grabbing some coffee. Okay, great. Docker image is still building here. Fishing's now 71. Nice. Ooh, I can use a crystal harpoon. We're gonna have to look into that. How to get that. Okay. Done. So... the Docker image is done building. You can go ahead and do the rollout restart, and then we can test again. Nice. Now we're adding the idling test report. Let me log into the AWS console. B4 TDD. Two-factor authentication code. What dates did we just submit these reports for? Yeah, I actually don't think that there's data as part of the problem. So if I come to reports, stop report. That report ran from the 12th to the 18th. Okay, so the 12th to the 18th. Look at this image. I can see that the stop report has data. What duration are we using when we call this stop report for the scheduled report? Are we passing in a duration? I'm pretty sure the report needs that. Review it again. Yeah, when we build the front-end component, we're going to have a way for the user to add the threshold that they want. But for now, you can pass in 10 minutes so we can test.
We're falling like stars, and I did notice the chaos inside my heart.
Okay, it's creating another row in the scheduled reports table. Have the parameter that we just added of a threshold of 10 minutes because this report is taking in that parameter, so we need to pass it in. So let's see.
But if you really knew, were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? You thought I knew. Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? Were you gonna tell me? You thought I knew. You thought I knew. Thought I knew.
So explain to me the exact changes you just made. If the threshold was hard-coded, why didn't it work the last time we tested it? Let's drop our fish here. Okay, let's do it. Okay, we're pushing to GitHub again here. I like when Sonnet knows my next step. It's nice. Okay. Let's see, create pull request. What's interesting is when you use this style to make the commit message, it actually uses this sentence here to create the title, and then all of these bullets is in the pull request description, which is pretty nice.
Because there's something in the air. On my mind. On my mind.
Okay. Waiting for the, we're merging this branch into main. Waiting for the Docker image to build here.
Because there's something in the air.
Okay, it's building the Docker image. Nice. Beautiful. Let's check AWS S3. Let's see.
On my mind. Because there's something in the air.
Let's see here.
Because there's something in the air. On my mind.
September 19th, 1707.
On my mind. On my mind.
Why is it creating these subfolders in S3? Is this the expected behavior?
Because there's something in the air.
Nice. Okay, Docker image finished building.
Because there's something in the air.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so it's storing the CSV reports in folders in S3 with the scheduled report ID. So every time we create a scheduled report, it has an ID. And that ID we're creating a folder, and the name of the folder is the scheduled report ID. So every time we run this scheduled report in AWS S3, we store that CSV inside of a folder that's titled with the report ID. So let's see here. Okay, great. The Docker image finished building. Let's do a rollout restart and then test again. Okay. Nice. So it looks like it did push a CSV to S3. We're about to look at it. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that was an old one. Let's try this one. Beautiful. There we go. Can you review this CSV export? Say. Review the attached image. The export file doesn't have the correct headers in row 1. Should have duration. Let's export this and see what this looks like. When I export the stop report from the front end, it looks like the attached image. It has the correct headers in the column. Did we write this CSV utility? Is this something new that we're using for scheduled reports? I think it had the columns messed up. Yes, we did. Okay. That's okay. So what was the issue? Did we have the column headers incorrect or something? And when it writes the duration to the CSV, is it in seconds? Can you have the CSV convert milliseconds into a more human readable format? Okay, beautiful. Okay, we just committed the changes, pushed to GitHub. Now I'm merging the scheduled reports branch into main. Okay, let's see, go ahead and merge the PR, Docker files building. Okay, let's see. Okay, nice, so Docker files building here. So the CSV, we had an issue where that's a correct CSV, but the scheduled report ran, it created this CSV for this report, and it was able to generate the CSV and push it into S3, but the column headers are not correct. So we made that change. We commit our changes. Now we're pushing it to GitHub and merging it into the main branch and building the Docker image. So the Docker image is still building. Once the Docker image is done building, we're gonna run a rollout restart and then test our changes. Pretty much we're creating scheduled reports. So when you see a report like this, the customer could come into the front end and start scheduling these maybe weekly, daily, instead of having to come in and run these reports manually. And then after we run the report, we push it into S3. Now we also need to consider maybe building a Redis queue for this, because if we have thousands of users and they all set up a scheduled report for the stop report to run for the last 7 days, and we try to execute that for thousands of users at the same time, that could become an issue. So we're probably going to be building a queue, and we may stagger the delivery. Okay, so Docker image finished building. Docker image finished building. Let's do a rollout restart and test again. we're executing this again. Let me check AWS S3. Nice. Beautiful. It's working for the stop report. Okay, great. So, start and end time are not in a human readable format. Great, it looks like it worked, but can you modify the CSV utility to make sure that the start and end time are in human readable format like the front end? Still fishing, guys. Grab my water real quick. Second there. Okay, we're modifying the CSV now. Really what's happening is in the CSV, the start time and the end time, it looks like they're in, I think it's UTC format, timestamp, and so the user has no idea what this means. Now, part of the issue is time zone. So time zone is important. So before you make these changes, time zone is important. We handle time zone in alerts. Can you review alerts to see how we handle time zone, and then let's think about this together. So this is an issue too, is that there's start time and end time, but that's dependent on the user's time zone. So we have users all over the United States, and when they run these scheduled reports, the start time and the end time is important. We need to probably check the time zone of the organization that account is in, or that account's time zone. Just Okay, so it looks like we're considering the time zone now. Just trying to understand how time zone, trying to refresh my memory of how time zone even gets passed to this service. Let me see if we got time zone in the accounts table. No time zone here. It's in organizations. Trying to remember how we store user time zone. Time zone, there we go. Okay, time zone's stored at the account level in the database. Okay. I don't think we have Maven installed. This is a new computer. And how exactly is time zone getting passed in to scheduled reports? I see that we have time zone as a column in the accounts table. Make sure we keep fishing. I don't know why I can't command click this right now. It must be some Java tool I don't have installed in my VS Code yet. It's a new computer. Go review the front end alerts component. When users set up alerts, I believe they check what time zone they want the alert sent in. I'm trying to think here. Interesting. So we do have in the system, we have alerts, and when you set up an alert, you actually don't, interesting, you don't select a time zone, but when you're in, okay, you can select a notification time zone here. Please review how we handle the time zone for alerts, and then let's rethink how we do it in scheduled reports. Make sure that we're going to be able to pass the time zone from the front end to the scheduled report service, because we eventually are going to have to build this component on the front end. Okay, nice. So instead of storing time zone in the scheduled reports table, instead of storing time zone here, we actually have it in the accounts table, and we're going to go pull it from there dynamically. We don't build these Docker images locally. GitHub Actions does it. I guess let's just commit. Okay, let's go to GitHub. Create a new PR. Make sure the code's actually pushed. Okay, let's push to origin.
I know you're waiting for me to come home. For what it's worth, you won't be alone. I will be on my way. It will only take a minute before I call and say I love you and you know it.
Ooh, Maven build failed. Let's see why.
Never be a runaway, even on the worst of days. I will give you my hand, but right now you're in a strange land, baby.
Okay, Maven is building the project. Let's see if it builds without errors.
I know you're waiting for me to come home. For what it's worth, you won't be alone. I will be on my way. It will only
Okay,
take a
project built without errors.
before I call and say I love you and you know it.
waiting for the Docker image to build. Ooh, coffee's hot, boy. Okay, Docker image is done building. You can do the rollout restart now. Okay, let's test the stop report like we were before. Hold on, you shouldn't have to add any new endpoints. We literally just did this. And it should be going in the scheduled folder, right? Hold on, so what was the date range that we just ran that report for? So September 10th to the 16th. So this is, if I could go to reports, stop report, September 10th to the 16th. I know for certain that that date range has data in the report. Review the image. Nice. Okay. Okay, great. Looks like the stop report is working now. Now let's test the idling report. So let's do the 10th to the 16th. Let's run the idling report. The 10th to the 16th. I know I at least have one record of idling greater than 10 minutes in that time range. Review the image. Why didn't the scheduled report work? Okay, let's do it. Just give me the exact SQL command and I can do it. Here are the current scheduled reports in the system. Can you use in the restroom real quick? First, let's drop these fishies. Okay. Okay, we executed that query. What is the port forwarding? Just trying to understand. Yeah, I guess let's just execute this scheduled report the same way we have been, so we can test if the CSV is working as expected. Nice. Awesome, it looked like that worked. Now let's test the critical event report. Okay, for the critical event report, I believe that the speed is in kilometers per hour. We need to convert it to miles per hour before we write it to the CSV. Should we just install Maven so we can test the build here, or what do you think? Now it's okay to compile this locally, right? Even though normally we use Docker to compile the project and then build it into an image. Okay, let's commit the new changes and then push them to origin. That directory is not a Git repository. We need to be inside of reports. Okay, as soon as the project's done building with Maven, we'll go ahead and merge it. Docker image is still building. Let's drop these fishies. Docker image is still building. Stand up for a second. Okay, the Docker image is done building. Let's do a rollout restart. Okay. Nice. It converted the speed. Okay, now that's the critical event report. Okay, nice. Okay, so now I'm going to say okay, great. Looks like they're getting pushed to S3 properly. So now can we sign these URLs and email them to the email ID associated with the account? And we can use the communication service to do this. You know what? Actually, before we do this, let's actually create the front end component. I want to create the front end component on the same page that we handle the alerts. Is this possible? Hold on, in the past, I think we just used the same endpoint as the coaching for now. I don't want to make too many changes to the communication service because we have to set up a template in SendGrid. Can we use an existing email template just for testing purposes? Also, the front end shouldn't have to call the internal endpoint anymore. We should be able to authenticate if I'm logged into the front end. Wait, why do we need a new authentication controller on the front end? I'm pretty sure when we call the report service, that should do some sort of authentication. But wasn't this the endpoint that we created so we could execute the temporary pods? Now we're not doing that anymore. We're actually sending the request from the front end, so we should be able to use the cookie from the user to authenticate. Does that make sense? We need to commit and push our changes to the front end, right? Run a git status in next.ts and make sure we only commit the exact changes that we made. Let's check out to a new branch and then we can commit these changes. Now we're going to create 2 new PRs. Now we're going to go to the front end. Let's just merge this. Let's go to the front end. Okay, the Docker image finished building for the report service. We can do the rollout restart now. Excuse me. Okay, the Docker image is done building for Next.ts. Let's do a rollout restart on Next.ts. I know we have some scheduled reports already in the DB. And do we really need from and to if we set it like weekly, daily, etc.? Just give me the SQL command you want to run and I'll do it for you. I mean, we know there's data. I don't need to really confirm it, but... We should see these scheduled reports in the front end, right? Also, give me the SQL command after we investigate this to clear all of these, because we probably want to test again from adding them from the front end. Nice, we don't have anything in the scheduled reports table anymore. Review the code again to make sure this is going to work. Yeah, but why are we using the internal endpoint? I thought the internal endpoint was for us to execute temporary pods. Sometimes, guys, I really do feel like I'm flowing with Cloud Sonnet. Okay, great. Now let's commit only the exact changes we made in both the front end service and the report service. Commit them and then push to origin. pull request. Confirm the merge. Okay, we just pushed to the front end service. We're going to create the PR. Nice. Okay, now we're going to wait for both of these services to finish building the image and pushing to Docker Hub. Okay, the Docker image finished building for the report service and Next.ts. You can do the rollout restart now.
was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout on my own, all alone.
Why do we have the from and to and email address? We should just use that account's email address and fetch that dynamically at the time that we run the scheduled report. And then the from and to, if they select weekly, it's obvious it's the last 7 days, I guess, and we deliver it weekly. If it's daily, it's just the previous 24 hours and we deliver it daily.
Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know, no, I'm about to explode. So I've been told that I should fold and give in. I can't win in this game, no. But you can hear me laughing. I'm the new thing in this field. You should kneel instead of me now. Yeah, I rose up from the dead. Your words inside my head. All the odds were against me. But now I'll lead ahead with grace. I'm winning this race. Give me some space. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go.
Yeah, I don't think we even want the option for a preset. We just want weekly or daily.
You should know, I'm about to explode. I ain't asking for permission, no. I don't have to say I'm sorry. I ain't staying in the background, no. 'Cause I don't need your worry. I'm a movement and I ain't losing. Gonna go. Like a bullet, won't take no bullshit. You should know, no, I'm about to explode.
Okay, do we need to make any changes to the report service? Okay, great. Let's commit our exact changes and then push to origin. And after we do that, can you explain to me, once we set the scheduled report in the front end and it gets added to the scheduled reports table, what actually causes this to fire on the schedule? Yeah, we want to do this method, but I'm concerned about resource usage. Will it be heavy? And how often would that scheduler run? Does it really have to run every 5 minutes? Or since we're only doing weekly and daily, we could do it less often? Okay, nice. I think we want to set up the smart cron, but the Docker image is just finished building for the report service and Next.ts. Let's do a rollout restart on both of those services. Okay, looks like we got an error when trying to make the request from the front end. Let's check it. Weird. What is that? Never see. So what's that wild card we just added? Is that allow from any domain? Okay, I got it. You can proceed. For 71 fishing. As soon as this Docker image is done now, building, we're gonna do a rollout restart. Can you comment out the create account code on the next TS service? I am doing live streaming and I don't want to allow anyone to create an account. Pretty sure the front end is already on that branch. Okay, the report service is done building the Docker image. Let's do the rollout restart. Hold on, before we do that, there is some type of major syntax issues in account.tsx. Can we restore this file? Because I don't remember seeing this many syntax errors in the file. Let's commit these changes and then push again. As soon as builds, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. No, we just need to install npm. This is a brand new computer. You can go ahead and install it and then test the build. Nice. Okay, as soon as this image is done building, we'll go ahead and deploy it. We just disabled account creation just because we didn't have that throttled, and someone could have created an account. We disabled that. And now we're waiting for that image to build. We also had a cores issue, so the front end request wasn't working. Okay, the Docker image is done building for the Next.ts service and reports. Let's do a rollout restart on both services. Another cores issue. Review the image. It looks like another cores problem. No, check the Docker's Kubernetes subdirectory and then look in there for the ingress services. Before we do that, we can check the ingress, right? And see if that's the issue. Do this off screen. But if it was configured with the old domain, how was reports even working? Yeah, be careful. Remove the change you just made and then keep investigating. Wait, now I'm kind of concerned that we just lost some critical changes by going back to the last commit for that file. Okay, can you make sure that the YAML is correct then, according to the deployment? Can we check out to a different branch before we do this? Okay, we commit that, but we didn't push it. You can go ahead and push it. And are you sure that that YAML is correct now? This is what the YAML looks like on production. No, I just sent you that YAML so you can reference it. We need our YAML to have the MooMaps domain and the get party domain. Yes, you can push this branch now. Okay, so back to this problem. We originally thought that it was ingress that was the issue, but ingress isn't the issue, so what's going on now? So what is this? I don't remember having this. Is this something that we added? Yeah, I guess why are we making an options request? I'm not familiar with that request type. I'm familiar with get, put, post, but not options. Yeah, but why is it detecting cross origin? That's what's confusing me. So how do we fix this? Can you run git status again before we commit these changes? And then if you're comfortable, let's commit them and push to origin, and then we'll test again after the image is done building. Okay, I merged it in the images building. I guess where I'm confused is other requests from the front end are not having this issue with the method options. Yeah, I guess so. Is this some type of special request that we're making compared to other requests that get sent from the front end? So for some of the other requests, are we excluding authentication or something? Alright, the Docker image is done building. You can do a rollout restart now and we can test again. Okay, proceed and fix it and make sure it will work for all scheduled report types. Ooh, my agility's 40. Nice. Okay, Docker image is almost done building. Okay, the next TS image is done building. You can do the rollout restart now. We can test again. No, hold on. Remember, we're supposed to be fetching the time zone dynamically from the accounts table. No, just give me the SQL commands that we need to run and explain to me exactly what we're doing. Okay, give me the SQL command. Okay, I executed that command. We're done. Should be able to just try again right now. I think we did it. Oh. Nice. Okay, awesome. I think that's a good time to kind of end the stream there. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow. Pretty much we got scheduled reports component on the front end. We're able to add scheduled reports to the database and delete them. And now we'll do a smart cron job using Job Runner on tomorrow's stream. So really looking forward to that. Thank you anyone that is watching this. It's much appreciated. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.